Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Jasmine, Inspirational Journey with Jasmine. I know that this video is a long time coming. It's been a lot going on. I know that we just entered a brand new year just a month ago. And of course, I wish you all that are still subscribers or who happens to come across my video a happy new year. I'm also just of course just working hard every single day, and I just celebrated my birthday a month ago on January 5th. I'm now officially 30 years old. I'm just thankful to God that He blessed me to see another year of my life. And I'm just, ready to see what God has for me going forward in my life. Better, just better days ahead. And also I'm just coming on here as well to try to do like a series, I would say, like a spiritual series, because I know I talk about God a lot because that's my faith. I am a Christian. I do believe in the Lord, and my faith is important to me because of course my mother, I really miss dearly. My mother has been, unfortunately, she's been deceased now for, it's going to be 11 years this coming September of 2025. And so for me, my mother always taught me since I was a child about God and just her love for the Lord. And so it really is important to me, which is my faith. So I'm just gonna try to do like a series, like a spiritual series that's just talking about different aspects of God and how you can like apply it to your life, like just with how I have tried to apply it to my life. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the topic. The topic for this video today will be about um, having God in your life as a foundation. Like, what I mean is having a firm foundation in God. Because having a foundation, very quickly, just to explain, which I know most of us in our lives have heard about foundation. No, I'm not talking about like makeup foundation, but I'm talking about foundation as in like, for example, a building. For the building to be structured and to be leveled and to be able to go through and withstand the different elements, it has a foundation. It is rooted. If it wasn't rooted, then the building would have been collapsed or fell over. If like, especially with me living in Florida, dealing with hurricanes every single year, it's very, easy for anything to be destroyed when it doesn't have a foundation. But sometimes things do still get destroyed because that's life. It's going to happen. But overall, what I'm trying to make my point clear is just being rooted in God is essential in this life, because when things happen in life, it's going to affect you. It affects everybody differently, but still, you're going to be affected. It's no way around how you're going to how you cope with things that happen in your life. Um for me, because I have been through a lot of things in my young life, and I could really just explain what I've been through, but I'm just saying the things that has occurred. A lot of young people couldn't probably take it, especially losing a mother at a young age, at 19 years old. Because when you're 19, you really do still need your mom. You know, you're about to turn 20, and your 20s are crucial, where you're gonna need your parents, or need a mother figure or a father figure in your life to kind of help guide you through navigating becoming an adult, or entering real adulthood with adulthood responsibilities. And so, with me being 19 and losing my mom, it was like, it was just really unexpected. I didn't see it coming. It really has been difficult, but I managed to get through. I still have my days where I I just, miss my mom. I'll cry about my mom, the anniversaries, and even Mother's Day. Mother's Day is the hardest day, because it's like, everyone's with their mothers, or still blessed, that I know, like family members or acquaintances or friends of the family still have their mothers, and I'm the main young adult that don't have a mother. And it's very difficult. And I personally just feel like, you have to when it comes to grieving, especially a loved one that passed, you have to deal with that in your own way, because can't nobody tell you how to grieve. That's just something that you got to figure out how you're going to get through it, because it's your life. You're the one that's getting up every day. You got to face reality. So I'm not here to tell anyone how to grieve, because I'm still trying to learn. Now that I'm 30 years old, it's been 11 years, but it's just been a journey for me, as well as other things that have occurred in my 20s, that has really made me feel like giving up, but especially giving up on life. But one day I thought to myself, and I had a talk with someone, and I finally realized, like, I'm not going to allow anybody or anything to stop my life, because life is going to go on. People are going to still go on about their lives, and you're going to be the main one hurt. And so you got to take it upon yourself to, you owe it to yourself to keep moving forward. Regardless if you got to walk this journey alone, it doesn't feel good, but I guarantee you, once you keep encouraging yourself, or you get around people that's going to uplift you and help you through it, that's what is going to help you to keep going, because God didn't make you to stop, to just give up because of what has happened, or who decided that they don't want nothing else to do with you, you're not going to stop your life because of anybody or anything, because you are worthy and you have to stay the course, because God says in his word that there's going to be trials and tribulations in this life. We can't avoid it, but I overall have really tried to be firmly rooted in God, so that when things happen and when people decide to leave my life, well, I'm not going to be trying to chase, plead, beg, none of that. Maybe in my past, yes, but going forward, no. I have a life to live. I am a young woman. I am 30 years old. There's a future. That, like any other person, as long as God has blessed you to see another day, you still have a future. He still has a plan for your life, regardless, whatever age you are. He blessed you to see another day. He literally decided and wanted you to be here again, to have a new chance at life every day that comes. And for me, having a foundation is just standing firm and knowing your place, knowing who you are, knowing your worth, because you just have to know your worth. You can't let people, you can't let places or things just dictate that you're unworthy. That does not make you, or if they said anything negative, that does not make you unworthy. God dictates you got to look at in the word of what God says about you, not what other people have to say. I've dealt with this a lot in my own life. And so just also just knowing when to walk away from people, places, and things that don't serve you. Like, you can either choose to be disrespected and continue to keep taking disrespect, or you're going to say, you know what, I can walk away. I don't want to walk away, but I know that I have to know my worth. I have to know that God is with me, that like what it says in Psalms, how David is weary. He's worried about his enemies, but he cries out to God. He, even though you're reading about his woes and his sorrows all throughout the Psalms, but then there's some verses and chapters of him rejoicing. Even in the storm, he's rejoicing to God. Yes, he has his moments where he's complaining and he's upset, but at the end he still has his moments where he's giving thanks to God. He's rejoicing. He's not letting the worries, the stress of his enemies coming for him just take up his whole being, because God gives us strength. He renews us. And I personally just think, when it comes to, even if it's family members, especially if it's like a toxic relationship, you have to really just walk away, because you're gonna let yourself be you're just allowing yourself to be treated in a way that you shouldn't be treated. And for me, I've been through that, what I just mentioned. And I personally feel like when, I have my moments where I want to get back at the persons or people that have done me wrong, but I just say, you know what, I can defend myself and say things, but at the end, I'm going to give it to God and let God handle my battles, because I'm speaking from experience. Toxic friendships and a toxic relationship, and I'm thankful that I have walked away, because for me, I was tolerating disrespect. I was tolerating the verbal abuse. And I owe it to myself to not let nobody else, regardless if it's a friend or if it's a man that I'm in a relationship with, do that to me ever again. And I'm going to try my best to know that God is on the throne and that God sees and he hears everything. And I'm trying to believe that in due time, God, he's going to he's going to make things just. He's going to make it just for me, for anyone that's watching. Like, you just owe it to yourself to have self-respect, and to have the common sense that God has given you, to know when it's time to let people, places, and things go that are no longer serving you. So I personally feel I'm not diving into, I'm not going to go further into it, but everything I just mentioned, I've been through. And I'm also speaking to myself and just knowing that you have to be like David. Sometimes you can be vulnerable with God, just like you can be vulnerable with a family member, a pastor at church, a neighbor, a therapist, even if you're in a relationship with your partner, or if you have children, you can be vulnerable with anybody, but at the end of the day, the one that's gonna really care and hear you is God. Just like David was vulnerable in his bad times and even in his good times. And God helped him to persevere. So in the end, just to conclude everything I'm saying, I personally just think you just have to keep going, stay the course. Things are going to happen along the way, but you owe it to yourself and to God, the creator, that you have to love yourself enough to keep going, and to just let go of what's not serving you, and to believe that there's better days ahead in life. And personally, like, just going through a period of healing. Healing is a beautiful thing. And that's what I'm going through, is healing from what I've been through a year ago. And just overall, my mother passing away, and just wanting my 30s to be a better decade for me, and to just continue to work hard and achieve my goals, and just try to have a good quality of life like anyone else would want. We all want to have a good quality of life. So just always keep God first, and also yourself, and then just watch how God starts to elevate you. And if you have sometimes where you don't want to deal with praying, yes, talk to someone. Nothing wrong with talking and getting around people that can help you or give you some solutions. Not only a therapist, but good people in your life, in your corner, that's going to be there for you through thick and thin, and you for them as well. So that was pretty much my video. Again, this is Inspirational Journey with Jasmine, and this is my first video of the new year. And this is, like I say, a series of just spiritual, especially Christianity topics. I just want to wish everyone have a good night, and until next time, just I hope that you enjoy this video and that this can be some help to someone, or some type of inspiration to someone that may come across this video.